and this is a group task session. And let me bring a task on your screen, and please write this task, and we are going to discuss about this. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
So you are part of a team which is created to resolve the crisis faced by your company. In your company, a team is created, you are a part of that. Your company is facing tough competition from one MNC which has just opened its business and office in India. You have to suggest the steps which must be taken to keep surviving in face of the competition you are facing and to grow simultaneously. So that is a situation given to you. You are working in a company where your company is facing this situation. Now you, as a part of a team created to resolve this crisis, you have to give some kind of steps. So I give you 2 minutes to think, and then we start this particular task and we start discussion on this. Okay, so are we ready now? So any one of you can start the discussion, start the task. So please go ahead now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rajni Maran. I'm glad to initiate the discussion of today's group task. Let me introduce with the topic. The topic is we are the team of we are in team to resolve a crisis faced by a company, and in which one of the MNC is giving a toughest competition to a company. So we need to resolve. Now here, if a company is facing any issue or is in crisis, maybe due to its technology, administration, then working culture, or like on the basis of market prices, or anything, or a market condition. So we need to work on this and give our points on this, and I think we'll come up with the good points and make this company work well as it was working before. So here the house is open for everybody. We can join and put up our points.
Hello friends. One thing which we can do is the trustworthiness which we have, since we are an old company and we are established in this area from a long time. So as the Parley did, Parley had to tell its customers that yes, we have this many products and you're recognized by us. Like the trustworthiness, Parle sure, we can show like that manner, we can advertise or something like that, a campaign in which we can show ourselves that we are there, we are from years and we are delivering our promises. So one campaign sort of thing we can go about this. And other thing which I can could think of is awareing people that the local products, about the local products, local company, and the made in India. So that must also be promoted. So when people will know about it, people will prefer our products over there. And the other thing which I could think is uh, lowering down the prices, because as we are in we are here from a long time. I think we can do this little cost cutting, the price reducing for a competitor. Um, so if that could be possible, we can do that also.
I
And
completely agree with Bhupender. And
yeah.
he said two very good points, that we can use vocal for local for our support, and that we have to compete with the cost first. And another thing that we can do is that we can provide good customer support, because people want to be heard, they want to be
Mm.
treated properly, so they will surely come back to our company for that.
In this, if it is a case of company, it may be a product-based company or a technology-based company or finance-based company, any company. So we need to think in respect of all such companies. Then if we'll go for technology, so we need to provide a updated technology, like everywhere
Mm.
online sources are available. So we need to bring
Update
more
ourselves.
platforms
Mm.
for this, so it will be easier for everyone to make our create our market.
Presence in that
Uh,
environment.
First, if we'll talk about technology, then if we'll talk about prices, we should bring the prices at that level that it will be affordable and easily available to the middle class people also, so that we can cover the entire market. Then after that, we can talk about the administration of a company. The administration structure of the company should be that way, like we have all kind of expert people in a company. Suppose if it is of a finance background, the person, you can talk about CAs who can build a structure very well, so that the company may work well in that case. And then other than these, the IT experts, the security experts, these kind of people should come up in our administration, so the company can work very well. And then other
Yes,
than
exactly.
this, the company should take, if the company is suffering from insolvency or finance related, then the company, the loans which are easily available, or if we cannot say easily available, but on subsidies, we can afford those loans to cover up whatever the crises are coming. So one this point we can work on. And other than this, the SWOT analysis, which is very much important, the strength of the company. We should enhance the strength of the company and work on the threats, and gain the opportunities in our environment. And other than this, we can diversify. One more thing we can do, we can diversify the business. Like if the earlier business was not working well, so we can come up to the other business which could survive much better. So these things
I have yes, along with this, just a second. I have two things to say, that as she was saying, SWOT analysis and that. So we must spend a little in quality control also, so that we can improve things. And as there is a, in British cycling, they did one thing, was that 1% improvement in everything, and they did it very well. So what we can do for a company is that getting to know where the things are bad and improving each and everything by 1%, and we can deliver better products and these things.
Yes, exactly. And I completely agree with Rajni and Bhupender. And another thing that I would like to add is we can go for young talent, which are uh, freshers, because they will be willing to work for very less. So it will
Mhm.
be easy for us to break even. So we do need certified professionals, but we also need freshers because in order to compete with the prices, we need
Mhm.
a cheaper manpower.
Cost
And
cutting, right?
cheaper doesn't necessarily mean bad. So
Mhm.
we have to trust the freshers on this, and it will be very helpful for us to compete with the cost.
Yeah.
And
Agree.
if the MNC is a competitor, then I will talk about the MNC. MNC are giving very good platforms. In India, if we'll talk about many MNCs, they are giving good salary. So Indians are attracted to those MNCs. After that, they are giving 5 days working culture. That is best. The person
Mhm.
can balance its personal and professional life both. Then other than
Yeah.
this, many other facilities, I think, which are more favorable than an Indian company are. So we need to grow our Indian company that very well that it can
Yeah. The
compete with
culture of the
MNC.
company must be
Yes.
And
in a
Indian would,
competition to
other
that
than
MNC
working for a MNC,
work
Indian
life.
attracts to a to this to our company.
Hmm. So for employees, better things we can provide, better
For
hmm,
working for implementation
work
of
life.
employee is very much important because they are the one, they are the biggest asset of the company. So
Yeah,
Yes.
we
they'll be
need
producing.
to work for them. Like we need to provide a pension fund criteria, then gratuity,
Hmm.
then other than this, for a medical benefit we can give, and many other benefit which as the we can make a structure like that that better than a MNC should be provided to a
For employees, betterment.
employees. And other than this, work from home nowadays are very much in
Right.
fashion. So this should be given to the employees so
Promoted.
that they can work.
Hmm. And we can cut costs on the infrastructure like office
Uh,
infrastructure and others.
yes, yes.
Hmm.
Cost
And I
cutting.
think the
If,
biggest asset that we can provide our employees is with the shares of a company, because people are ready to accept it and they don't want much else. Because if they see potential in the company, they will readily accept it.
Hmm.
cost cutting, being if it company is in crisis, cutting is a important thing we should work on so that the company there will be a balance somewhere, or it will be a help to a company to work much smoother. Cost cutting can be done from work from home.
Hmm.
Okay, so
And
I think now we have to conclude the entire discussion. So I start with the Bhupender. Bhupender, please you
yes.
conclude and then followed by others.
So hello everyone, and I'd like to conclude whatsoever we came up with. So a few things are there. Like the one thing is we must improve our customer services. The other thing is that there must we can do the SWOT analysis and spend some more in quality control. And the other thing is that we need to think for the betterment of our employees because they are after all generating for our company. And the other thing is that which was mentioned by Varun was that freshers, we must hire more and more number of freshers, not more and more, but as like maximum number of freshers because they work at a lower and cheaper prices. So that we can do. And the other thing is that we must update ourselves according to the competition. We must fine tune ourselves according to the current benchmarks. So these ways we can improve our we can compete with our MNC company, with this MNC company, and grow simultaneously.
Okay,
Thank
Rajni.
you.
Basis on the discussion of us, um, like many of the points have been covered with Bhupendra, adding to those, we can work on technology, then administration, working culture of we can change the working culture, Then cost cutting is the main point that we should consider. Then SWOT analysis. Then after that, freshers, and along with fresher, the quality training is also must, so that the fresher work well. If we are seeing the employees which are like not very costly, and then after that, loan, we can see loan subsidies. These things we can see for a company, and that's it.
Okay, Varun.
Yes, sir. So we had a very good discussion and we could reach consensus. And our discussion mainly consisted of the following points: that firstly, we have to compete with the cost, and we have to provide good customer support, and we can use vocal for local for our support, because people really want to invest on that. And that we can hire freshers because they will be willing to work for a lot less, so it will be easier for us to break even. And like Rajni said, that we have to diversify the business, and MNCs provide very good working culture, which we have to follow if we want good employees. So we should provide good work-life balance. We should provide provident funds, gratuity, and we can provide shares of the company, because people will happily accept that if they see potential in it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I think today you people have spoken. Rajni has talked today, and then Bhupender, you have given the points, and that is what is required. And you could give some relevant points also today. So Rajni mentioned about SWOT analysis, and that SWOT analysis should be done not only for your company, it should be done for the competitor company also, because you should know about the weaknesses of your competitor also. Your strengths, you have to take mileage on that. Opponents' weaknesses, you need to take the mileage of that. You need to reduce your weaknesses. You need to, compete with the strengths of the opponent. So what is the opportunity, what are the threats? So that SWOT analysis should be done for you and for your company. You should get as much detail as possible of the competitors. India is a very big market. You need to see the products of your competitors, and where you have less competition, you should try to work on those areas. So maybe your competitor is focusing on particular area, and to keep surviving and then to thrive in market, you need to focus on those products which competitor may not be focusing. You need to create new markets. You need to retain the old market which you have already created. India is the market where cost is a very major factor, and labor contributes into that. So as many of you mentioned that yes, cheap labor or cost cutting can be the criteria. That is something which we should focus on. So cheap labor can be taken and cost cutting can be done. That is also one of the ways it should be done. And you should you should think of some creative solutions to reduce the cost and all. Bring creativity and brainstorming, so that how you can compete with your competitor. That part also is to be taken care of. So vocal for local, as Varun said, that also looks like a good idea. See, you can always hire freshers, but sometimes you need to have experienced people and knowledgeable people to compete in the market. That is also required.
Yes, sir.
So not you cannot run the things only on the basis of the freshers. So that is also one of the things you have to basically think of. So as per the case study which was given to you, like you need to see where your competitor can kill your business, and what impact it can have. So you may change little strategies, and you can think of producing those commodities or items or services where competitor is not focusing much. Those things can be done. And yes, you need to innovate, and you need to invest on innovation also. That particular part also is required. Create new markets, do your SWOT analysis, and be aware about how the trend is going to change once the competitor has joined the competition. Sometimes when new competitors come, the market also expands, because they also sensitize the market. So new competitor has come, and he's now making people aware about the product. So market is also expanding, and sometimes as you fear that competition will be more, sometimes market is increased and opportunities for both the players is more. That can also be there. So this is how I think you are to give your points. So I must say that all of you have participated today. Rajani started, but Rajani, you could not give any direction to the discussion. Discussion typically in group task should be like you introduce the task to others. Friends, today the task which is given is this, and this task is related to this particular thing. You have to rephrase the task in your words, and then you open the discussion. Actually, you give the direction to the discussion. That friends, we should know about our competitor. We should see where he's strong and where we can compete him. Those things we have to identify. So that introduction part has to be like that. And when the discussion is going on, then you bring everybody on board. Try to bring everybody on board and get a consensus. Form the consensus. And once that is done, then you keep jotting down the important points so that we can conclude at the end. This is how it has to be. So all from my side. Now, anything you want to ask or tell?
I don't want to ask, but what I can say is that सर जो हम इंट्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट करते हैं तो उसमें आई थिंक क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए. सो उससे एक डायरेक्शन आए थे कि हाँ ये क्या हो सकता है, ये क्या हो सकता है, ये कैसे हो सकता है. आई थिंक वैसे क्योंकि मैं जीडी को भी पढ़ रहा था, उसमें भी सबसे पहले लाइक 2-3 क्वेश्चन पूछने से लोगों को एक वो मिल जाता है कि किधर आंसर
मिल जाता है.
सर जैसे कुछ पॉइंट्स हम लोगों ने जैसे हम टॉपिक सुनते हैं तो कुछ हम लोग पॉइंट्स पैरामीटर्स लिख लेते हैं कि हम लोग इस पे बात करेंगे, इस पे बात करेंगे. तो जब इंट्रोडक्शन होता है तो उसमें वो पॉइंट्स हमको नहीं बोलना है क्या?
नहीं, वो तो बॉडी के लिए पार्ट होते हैं ना. तुम्हें इंट्रोडक्शन में बहुत टाइम नहीं मिलता है, और इंट्रोडक्शन में तुम्हें ब्रॉडली क्लासिफाई करना चाहिए. ब्रॉडली तुम्हें बताना चाहिए कि तुम्हें किस डायरेक्शन में डिस्कशन को लेके जाना है. कि जैसे वो बता रहा भूपेंद्र कि क्वेश्चन के थ्रू आप क्वेश्चन इंट्रोड्यूस कर दो. वो भी वही तरीका है कि हम किस डायरेक्शन में आगे डिस्कशन लेके जाएं. कि फ्रेंड्स, इस पूरी टास्क में आई थिंक वी शुड थिंक ऑफ टू क्वेश्चन. नंबर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन के हाउ डू वी थिंक दैट competitor will compete with us, on what domains he is strong. That is the first question we should answer. And the second is where we can compete with him and where we can get an edge, on what parameters we can get an edge. So we need to find हम उसको कहाँ डिफीट कर सकते हैं और हम उससे आगे किस डायरेक्शन में निकल सकते हैं. ये चीज हमें दो क्वेश्चंस का आंसर अगर हम दे दें तो वी कैन फाइंड द सॉल्यूशन टू दिस. दिस इज हाउ आई थिंक क्वेश्चन के थ्रू भी चल सकते हैं आप. और आपको डायरेक्शन देना है डिस्कशन को, डिटेल में पॉइंट नहीं देने. ये शॉर्ट का आपने बात की है ना, तो बीच के डिस्कशन के पॉइंट है, इंट्रोडक्शन के पॉइंट नहीं. इंट्रोडक्शन इज लाइक गिविंग डायरेक्शन टू द डिस्कशन. दैट इज हाउ इट शुड बी.
Yes.
Right?